Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're taking an in-depth look at a life that honestly reads like an epic novel.
It really does.
We're talking thousands of miles, huge historical migrations, even a shipwreck with this miraculous survival. So get ready for an extraordinary exploration into the life of John Sunderland Eldredge.
And the source material is fantastic.
Yeah, this deep dive is based on some fascinating stuff provided by John's second great-grandson. So it gives us this really intimate look,
Right into a life just woven into American frontier history and even beyond.
Exactly. Our mission today is to pull out those key nuggets of knowledge, those insights from this incredible biography just for you.
And what's so compelling, I think, is that this isn't just a list of events.
No.
It's really a case study in how practical skills, like John's carpentry, became absolutely critical survival tools.
Right, like building temples to forging nails for a boat.
Exactly. It shows
Right.
resilience isn't just, grit. It's adapting your talents, having that unwavering faith when things are just unimaginably hard.
Yeah.
So John's story gives this unique, personal view on westward expansion, global missionary work back in the 19th century. It really highlights how people both shaped and were shaped by these massive historical movements.
So let's dive in. John's extraordinary journey really kicks off in Illinois, 1846.
Okay.
He was a skilled carpenter, and he was helping build a sacred temple, a really central place for his church.
But it wasn't exactly peaceful times there.
No, not at all. They were facing what the source calls angry gangs, who started chasing the saints. That's followers of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints right out of their homes.
Burning houses, crops, terrible stuff.
Yeah, this escalating conflict eventually forced them to flee. They had to cross the Mississippi River, which was seldom frozen, apparently.
Right, in February. Cold.
Bitterly cold, I imagine. So John follows his church leaders, and that's really the start of this huge odyssey.
And it's important to remember the context here. This wasn't like out of the blue. 7 years before, these same people had built up this thriving town called Nauvoo the Beautiful, right there on the Mississippi.
Yeah, I've heard of Nauvoo.
So leaving was this desperate move to find somewhere, anywhere, safer to practice their religion. It really sets the stage for this monumental westward journey.
And what a journey it was right from the get-go. Their first big stop was winter quarters.
On the west bank of the Missouri River.
Yeah, that was a 300-mile trek across Iowa. And they ended up staying there for a whole year.
A whole year. Just think about that.
And their leader, Brigham Young, he basically told them, build a community. Log cabins, a church, a school, farms.
Right in the middle of nowhere. Creating this permanent way station, as the source calls it. A crucial stopping point.
Yeah.
And what really kept them going through all that uncertainty, it seems, was the spiritual guidance Brigham Young received. He called it the word and will of the Lord. This message, which they believed came directly from God through their prophet, gave the followers inner peace.
That must have been vital.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It brightened their hopes, gave them a vision of their future home. That spiritual anchor was clearly a huge driving force.
So, okay, spirits fortified, spring of 1847 rolls around.
Right.
Brigham Young prayerfully picks 144 skilled men. They need to scout this 1,000-mile route for everyone else.
A massive undertaking.
And John was one of them. His carpentry and teamster skills were invaluable.
Makes sense.
So this group, the original Brigham Young Pioneer Company, they leave winter quarters in early April. And this is where the journey gets really, really harrowing.
Oh, the dangers were immense.
How
Absolutely.
many things are we talking about?
Well, think about it. They're driving wagons across vast, basically unknown territories.
Right, Indian country, as the source said.
Exactly. Constantly trying to protect their animals from being stolen, not just by native tribes who saw them encroaching, but other groups too.
Okay.
They had to cross these swift rivers, wagons getting stuck in mud during storms or bogged down in deep sands.
Nightmare fuel for travelers back then.
And imagine dealing with many thousands of buffalo, eating all the grass their own oxen and horses needed.
Wow, I never thought of buffalo as competition for resources like that.
Oh, yeah. And all this time, they see these high, sharp, craggy peaks of the Rockies looming in the distance.
Which brings us to the next massive challenge. How do you get wagons over those mountains?
Exactly. They knew only two other groups had managed it with wagons before.
And one of them was the infamous Donner Party.
Right. And their tragic story later in the Sierras just hammered home how incredibly perilous these mountain crossings were.
So this is where John's skills really shine again, right?
Absolutely vital. The paths they found were steep, full of obstacles, tree stumps, thick brush, ravines.
Just raw wilderness.
Totally. And John helped clear away the obstacles, making the route safer and easier for future wagon trains.
That's incredible foresight.
It really shows that pioneering wasn't just about big visions. It was about individual craft, practical problem solving. He literally helped pave the way.
And those same tracks were used for over 20 years.
For the next 22 years, according to the source. Remarkable.
So you can just picture them, can't you? The oxen straining, pulling these heavy wagons up big mountain.
The final push.
And then that moment, they reach the summit and they see it. This beautiful valley below in the wilderness desert.
A safe haven.
Stretched out before them. They're in their travel-worn clothes, scuffed boots, and they just kneel down and give thanks.
What a powerful image. And think about Brigham Young.
He wasn't with that first group, right? He was sick.
Yeah, lagging behind due to illness. But when he finally saw that valley, it just solidified everything for him.
All the prophecies and visions.
Exactly. He wrote in his journal, "I felt that there the saints would find protection and safety." And then famously declared, "I have seen it before in vision. In this valley will be built the city of the saints and the temple of our God."
Wow. So it went from a hope to a tangible reality for them.
Instantly. It cemented their purpose.
And John, typical John it seems, gets there with the advance party on July 25, 1847. And what does he do?
Gets straight to work.
Immediately starts plowing fields and planting crops. He also helped build a dam and a reservoir, just practical action.
Right. And when the main company arrived, it was all hands on deck.
Building everything they needed.
A temporary tabernacle for worship, cabins, a school, all inside a protective wall.
Protection from potential conflicts, yeah. Establishing a real community right away.
And speaking of arrivals, the second company followed soon after, using that improved trail John helped build.
Mm-hmm.
And we hear a lot about the group's resilience, but there's this one story about an individual.
Oh, you mean John's niece, Diana?
Yes. Tell us about that. It's amazing.
It really is. So she's only 10 years old.
And
One of her father's teamsters gets sick. So Diana has to drive this prairie schooner, one of those big covered wagons.
ships to the plains.
Exactly. With 3 pairs of slow, unruly oxen for more than 200 miles.
In the summer heat.
In the heat, probably coughing from all the dust kicked up by the wagons ahead.
Unbelievable.
She eventually gets them to the city of Great Salt Lake. It just shows the sheer grit demanded from everyone, kids included.
Incredible resilience. Okay, so let's fast forward a bit.
Right. John grows up, gets married, has kids. Life seems settled in this new Zion.
Seems settled.
But then, bang, an unexpected call. 1852, he's at a meeting in the Salt Lake Tabernacle.
Just a regular meeting.
Apparently. And he's one of 106 elders chosen right there from the audience to serve missions worldwide.
Wow. Just like that.
Just like that. 8 of them, including John, are assigned to go preach in Australia.
Australia. That's a huge undertaking back then.
Massive. And a huge sacrifice.
Oh, definitely. 2 years away from his family.
And they had to pay their own way, right?
A self-funded journey there and back. But the source says John found joy to teach people the plan of happiness, their core beliefs.
So the commitment was deep. And the
Go.
journey to Australia sounds like its own adventure.
No easy task, I bet.
No railroads then, obviously. So they cross the desert, get to the Pacific, near San Bernardino in California.
Okay.
Then they have to sail up the coast to San Francisco to earn money for the passage across the ocean.
Wow. So multiple stages just to get passage money.
Yep. And then it was a 2-month voyage across the Pacific to Australia.
And that voyage itself wasn't smooth sailing, was it?
No, far from it. There was a smallpox outbreak on the ship.
Oh, no.
Several passengers got it, including John himself.
That's terrifying on a ship.
Absolutely. But the account describes a miraculous recovery for everyone who was ill through prayer.
That kind of experience must have really tested their faith.
You'd think so. Anyway, he gets to Sydney, spends 2 years in Australia preaching the plan of salvation in different towns.
And he was quite successful.
Seems so. He and his companion baptized 170 Australians into their church. That's a pretty significant number back then.
It really is. Okay, so mission accomplished. Time to go home.
Time to go home.